As Michael got used to working on his laptop, it was very familiar as weeks had gone by. He was going to make his last trip over to the construction site where they were wrapping up construction. And he said to himself, "This is it. It looks like they're almost done. So I should be hearing some kind of news when the reopening of my business should be," to himself. So Michael made his way over to the newly rebuilt Smithton Automotive. As he saw hard hats as he pulled up in his car, he saw a lot of construction workers doing the final paving of the walkway to also drywalling and painting, the last minute work that needed to be done for reopening the business. Weeks went into this construction, but it looked really well done. As the inspectors were doing their final inspection, Michael got the all clear to reopen in the next week. Michael was relieved. He had everything notarized and paperwork was done. Frank even caught up with him and said, "Well done, Michael." Michael was relieved. He said he's going to have a formal meeting with his employees as well. "Are you going to have balloons reopening?" "No, I'm not going to do anything like that. I just want to do a double check of the furniture and make sure the break room is all set up, the daycare center is all set up, and everything that needs to be done and ordered, paperwork, all that stuff that's going to have to be situated by Vanessa will be designated work for a lot of employees. So I have to do an assessment of that." "Okay," said Frank. "I'll let you get back to work. I have some building work of my own to do." "How are you on your deadline?" Michael said to Frank. "Looks like I'll be right behind you on schedule." "Oh, that's great. So you're going to be opening when I am?" "Looks like everything's on schedule," said Frank. "Oh, excellent," said Michael. As they both departed, Michael went in to check the daycare center and the coffee room and break room as well. Everything looked set up. It looked like the coffee break room was the most important room, and he wanted to make sure everything was stocked up in the snack bar area. He also wanted to check the HR room, which was also bigger, and the servers were bigger, and IT department also was a lot bigger as well. He was very satisfied with that. He also was satisfied that there was a lot more workspace and the desks were bigger, and obviously everything was just much more efficient. He looked at the front desk, he looked at the garage, he looked at everything that needed to be looked at, and he got a very good feeling about this. He said it looks like a better office altogether. He even wanted to make sure the tables were even more efficient. The chairs had to be a certain way, the computers needed to be set up. He looked at the wiring, of course, naturally, but everything looked like it was ready. He was looking at the final construction workers leaving, and he said, "Looks like you're all ready to go. You should be ready to go to open up any time now," said one construction worker to Michael. Michael was smiled. He said, "Thank you so much for all the hard work," he told the foreman. "Oh, no problem. You definitely had a big job in front of you." Michael was grateful for this conversation because he knew this was the last of the construction workers that were leaving the job. "It looks like we won't have to come back here anytime soon. Looks like most of the work is done. You even have some new trees in the front section of the building, too. I noticed that the landscapers did a fantastic job. You all did a fantastic job. Thank you so much." As Michael was locking up the building and locking up the back end as well, Michael locked up in with the security code in place. He made sure that the security managers that came in with the new security information that he needed, He made sure the security pad was all set and locked up for the night. As he made his way back, he called Carol Henderson. Carol, everything's ready to go for next week. We're going to reopen on Monday. Everybody's going to have a lot of work assignments. Yes, I assume so. But we'll be back up and ready to go, Carol said. Yes, we'll be up and ready to go on Monday. So everybody's assigned to be here on time, like normal, on schedule. Oh, that's great, Michael. I'll see you on Monday, said Carol. I'll see you there. Okay, Michael was relieved. So that gave Mike some time to relax and unwind with his family. Well, Michael, said Grace, as Grace called Michael, I'm happy to say that you finally survived an ordeal. Yeah, I survived. It was traumatic, I must admit. Carol and I were just talking about all the stuff that we went through, but I'm happy to say this, Grace. I'm glad it's over. Did you get a chance to talk to Frank Rutherford? Said Grace. Yes, I did. I'm on my way home right now, Grace. I'm going to get off the phone and I'll talk to you when I get home. Okay, said Grace. I love you. I love you too, Grace. As Michael made his way home, he saw the kids and he gave them a big hug. He never been so grateful to hug his kids. Kids, I'm so sorry I haven't been myself lately. Michael Jr. hugged Dad. I love you, Dad. I know you've been through a lot. Elisha said the same thing. Dad, you've really been torn up about this. I know, son, I have. I haven't been myself. Melissa hugged Dad, too. Bailey and Jeni said, Dad, we saw what you went through. We're going to go see the opening doors, said Bailey. I hope so, said Jeni. As Mom and Dad came in, they said, Son, we saw the building. It looks beautiful. We went past it and we couldn't help ourselves. We just had to go see it. It looks good. The parking lot looks good. The valet area looks good. Oh, that's right, said Michael. Forgot to even tell you about the valet area that was added on. Oh, it looks beautiful, said Adrian to Michael. Well, why don't we relax and go out to dinner, said Tom. No, I'm not hungry for anything, said Michael. I haven't had an appetite, to be honest with you. I'm going to just eat something light, like a salad or something, if that's okay, Dad. That's okay, son. You haven't been yourself for a while. Maybe after all this is said and done, we'll go out to dinner. Okay, that sounds like a better plan, Dad. In the meantime, what are we having for dinner, Grace? Said Michael. Um, Ironically, taco salad. Oh, Mrs. Yokoshoto says yes. My favorite. I love how you make the taco salad. As they sat down and had taco salad for dinner and had made sure they had made hard tacos and soft tacos for the kids, everybody sat down and relaxed and had tacos, especially Carrie, who loved taco salad too. Carrie, you've been more than helpful. We are going to give you a bonus check for helping out with the kids during this whole crisis. Carrie gets a bonus check for helping out. Really? I get a bonus check? Yep. Michael hands her a check for $300. Thank you so much. I need it for school. I really do need help. Extra money is always helpful. Thank you so much, said Carrie. You've been babysitting a lot of hours, said Grace. We know how much it means to you to have that extra money. We really needed it. Jackie's getting a bonus too, said Carrie. Yep, Jackie's getting a bonus too. Wow. Anyway, so let's get back to cleaning up. And does anybody have any extra homework or anything to do? No, not really. I have a late night, said Elijah. Jeni agreed. Where's Josiah? Josiah's right here. Daddy, you must forgot me. I wouldn't forget you, son. I love you. Daddy, I love you too. Well, listen, we better get ready for bed soon and clean up. So let's clean up. Let's get together and say a prayer and let's call it a night. So as they got done cleaning up and they got a chance to say a family prayer, they got ready to take their showers and get ready for bed. As they were getting ready for bed, mom and dad and grandma and grandpa gave their bedtime prayers and gave them a kiss goodnight. Everybody got a chance to say their kiss goodnight and prayers. It was a good time to have some quality time and some downtime too. Elisha wanted to stay up a little later. Dad, is it okay if I stay up with you? Sure, son. What do you want to stay up and talk to me about? I just realized how much you've been through, Dad. You know, being in 10th grade, I comprehend these things a lot differently. Yeah, you do. You know what I'm going to do, son? I'm going to let you stay up a little bit longer just to talk, but I need to get some rest because I have a long couple of days ahead of me. If you don't mind, can we stay up a little bit longer, maybe another time? I'm tired, said Dad. Okay, Dad, I'll let you get some rest. Okay, thank you, son. I love you, son, by the way. I love you too, Dad. Grace gives Elijah a kiss goodnight. So Mom and Dad already went to bed in the guest room, and they already did make sure that there was shift change with Carrie and gave Jackie her bonus check as well. Jackie was excited about the bonus check, needless to say, so they had a successful night. It was good to get a good night's rest, so Michael and Grace turned in for the night. As the week went by, it was pretty much the same. The kids got a chance to spend some quality time with Dad and Mom and the kids, and they sat and had full, nice meals. And it came to Monday, opening day. Wow, it's finally here, Michael said that morning. Are you ready to have a cup of coffee? I think I'm going to have some coffee at the new coffee break room. Do you want to come in with me this morning? I would love to. The only thing is, I have kids to drop off at school. Well, you can come in during break time. That'd be awesome, said Grace. I can come in about 10 o'clock. Yeah, that'd be perfect. I'll see you at 10 o'clock. Okay, give me a kiss, Grace. I'm going in to my first day at work. Or it feels like that. So Michael got his laptop and everything and drove into work. And boy, they did, in fact, bring balloons. Who did this? Said Michael to himself as he drove in and pulled into his parking spot. It was a newly paved parking spot, too, of course. Wow. I bet you any money some employees got some balloons and made sure that the reopening was going to be special. And Carol smiled, and so did a few other employees. Well, we had to get balloons. Michael laughed at Carol, and he looked at Macy, and he looked at Madison, and he said, "Did you all do this?" Yeah, we had to get balloons for the reopening. How's it feel to be in the new office? Oh, it feels great, said Carol. My office is bigger, the IT is bigger, the daycare room is bigger, the break room is bigger. Everything looks so nice. I love the new desk. I love everything about this. It looks great. And how does the guys in the garage like their garage space. Well, they like their new tools. I know that. That's excellent. I got to get into my office and talk to Vanessa, Cindy, and Harrison. It seems like forever since we've been able to have an office meeting. Oh, wow. Imagine that, said Carol. Looks like we're going to have ourselves some time to adjust, but it won't take long. We'll adjust fine, said Carol to Michael. Michael made his way into the office and saw Vanessa, Harrison, Cindy, Jolie, and he said, "Wow, so how's it feel?" "Well, I like it," said Vanessa. "I love it," said Harrison. "It's great. A lot more room. The couch is beautiful. The seating's good. Everything's nice. It was well picked out furniture. Whoever did the designing did an excellent job. The plants are beautiful. Everything about it's beautiful," said Cindy. "Well, that's great. Now it's time to get to work. My wife's coming in a few minutes." "Okay, she's going to be in the break room with me. We're going to do a tour. Does anybody want to do a tour of the office building and get used to the environment?" "I think I would like to do that," said Vanessa. "I want to get comfortable with the daycare center." So does Jolie. Jolie agreed with Vanessa. "Yeah, I want to get comfortable. I want to see how the kids are." Harrison agreed. He wanted to see how Lily was adjusting. "Yeah, is it okay if we go over and see our kids for a little bit?" Michael said, "Sure. Take as much time as you need. I want everybody to feel comfortable. This is their first day back at work, so get comfortable." As Grace comes up and pulls in, she sees Michael. "Michael! Oh, Grace, you're here. We're going to go into the daycare center. We're going to go see that newly decorated daycare center and then go in the break room." As they made their way into the daycare center and then to the break room, they had some coffee together. "This is beautiful. Did you see most of the building?" "I seen some of it, but not all of it." "Did you see the valet area for the detailers?" "Oh, it looks so beautiful." Michael said to Grace, "Oh, I have to see it." So Michael showed her the tour of the building. "It looks excellent." Grace spent most of the morning there, but Grace said, "Listen, I don't want to keep you from anything. I just wanted to see most of the building. I love the new shrubbery. I like the landscaping. I like everything about it. Just one last thing. Let's go and talk to Carol before you go." "Okay, that's good." So Michael got a chance to spend some time with Grace and then talk to Carol. "Carol, I just wanted you to talk to Grace before she goes." "Oh, it's so good to see you," said Carol. "Oh, wow, it's so nice to see a familiar face," said Grace. "Oh, me too." "Well, listen," Grace said to Carol, "I'm going to get going. I have to get back and do my own thing. I'm just glad everything's back in operation." And just then, Frank Rutherford comes in. Frank is saying the same thing. "Well, everything looks like it's up and running. Everything looks good so far, so good. Our opening day went perfect," said Frank Rutherford to Michael. "Oh, that's excellent news." Grace said, "Okay, excuse me, Michael. I'm going to leave right now." "Okay, Michael," as they kiss. "I'll talk to you later on, Michael," said Grace. "Okay," said Michael. As Frank and Michael started talking, Grace had left and she went home. Well, looks like our first day back has been a success. As the day wore on, everybody was excited and elated that their first day was a complete success. They were comfortable in their chairs and they got off to a great start. They were excited about their first day back and the rest of the week ahead. They were excited about the opportunities ahead for the future.